I first heard about the concept of manifesting over a year ago during the pandemic, and look, I ate that shit up. I spent thousands of dollars purchasing online courses from manifestation gurus. I joined 30-day manifestation challenges. I watched Animated Abraham every day. I did visualization meditations, scripting, journaling, the 369 Nikola Tesla method, hourly affirmations, you fucking name it. And guess what? I'm still not a millionaire. I'm still not YouTube famous. And I'm still not married. I think most adults in the real world might respond with something like, yeah, no shit, did you really believe that would happen for you? And yeah, I did. I honestly believed that my manifestations would come true. One of the most influential money manifestation gurus in the game, Amanda Francis, mentioned,
the work begins when you've been believing for a certain amount of money by April 30th, and you wake up on May 1st and you still believe. That is when you truly have faith and that you will receive the thing you've been asking for, or you don't. That's when you show up and you say, okay, this is still what I want. Universe, show me what you've got, this or something better, and it is still coming even though I asked you for it by yesterday.
And I did just that. I let go of my entire grasp on reality as I clung on to this idea that I could have anything and everything I wanted just from speaking it into existence. This is what happened as a result. Instead of becoming a millionaire, I ended up neck deep in credit card debt because I quit my 9-to-5 before securing other streams of income. Instead of becoming YouTube famous, I had real life friends tell me that my YouTube videos are boring as hell. And instead of getting married, I got knocked up by my boyfriend out of wedlock. So I guess one of my manifestations did come true. I have a beautiful baby coming into my life. But having a baby before a career, a house, and a husband, that's more like a nightmare to most. If I could go into a time machine and tell the pre-manifesting version of me about my current life situation, she would die from horror. Because instead of getting everything I wanted, I got everything I didn't want. And that's why I wanted to make this video. Because this is what happens when you take a chance on yourself sometimes. You might fail, and your biggest fears might come true. Over a year ago, when I told one of my friends that I was thinking about quitting my 9-to-5 to start my own business, he replied, "You know most businesses fail, right?" I was too shocked at his response to respond, so he proceeded to say, "Well, I just feel like most people get inspired by success stories, but there's a lot of failure stories out there too, and I think people should consider those before making a decision." At the time, I was too pissed off that he didn't automatically support my hopes and dreams, so I hung up the FaceTime call and I didn't talk to him for a week. But now, I see his point. I had gotten high off of other people's manifestation stories. Had I taken the time to look into failure stories, I wouldn't have quit my 9-to-5 job or started my YouTube channel. I would have been too scared of failure. But I did take the leap, and in a way, I did fail. And because I failed, I don't seek out success stories anymore. I know they're full of shit. I don't want to hear about someone quitting their high-paying job to become an entrepreneur and somehow making millions their first year in business. I don't want to hear about someone deciding to make a YouTube channel and then suddenly blowing up overnight with subscribers and brand deals. I want to hear the failure stories. I want to hear about the people who spent years on their dreams, even though they were broke and nothing looked like it was happening for them. I want to hear about the people who had visions that were rejected by potential partners, investors, and clients. I want to hear about the people who did have the courage to start a business, but then realized it was in their best interest to shut it down and move it into a different direction. You can say that misery loves company, but I want a good failure story because to me, that's the real stuff. It's what keeps me going. Even though it's been a year since I've started manifesting and my life still looks nothing like what I originally wanted it to, I'm not mad about it. I was supposed to be a young, thriving entrepreneur, but somehow I'm currently an unmarried pregnant woman working minimum wage at Starbucks who just applied for food stamps. I've had my ego beaten and shattered, and for that I'm truly grateful. Because never have I ever been so humbled. I have the least amount of money I've ever had, and I'm currently the most uncertain about my future that I've ever been. But somehow, I'm happy. I'm happy that I struggled financially after quitting my 9-to-5 because that's how I decided to get a part-time job at Starbucks, where I met the love of my life. And even though we weren't planning on getting pregnant, I'm happy I did because it forced me to heal my relationship with my parents, and now we're closer than we've ever been. Not to mention, I'm also blessed to be starting my own beautiful family in this new chapter of my life. And even though I've admitted failure and I no longer resonate with mainstream manifestation gurus, my journey doesn't end here. I still have hopes and dreams for the future, and I'm certain there will be much pain and adversity along the way. But I'm confident that I'll be able to find blessings and moments of happiness woven throughout all of it. There's a parable from Zen Buddhism about Bonzan, the Zen master. Before he became a Zen master, he was in pursuit of enlightenment, but it eluded him. One day, he walks into the butcher shop and hears a customer ask the butcher, "Give me the best piece of meat you have." Then the butcher replies, "Every piece of meat I have is the best. There is no piece here that is not the best." Upon hearing this, Bonzan became enlightened. This story is representative of how I learned to ease suffering when it seems like things aren't going my way. I no longer look forward to only good moments and try to avoid bad moments, because just like the contrast between yin and yang, we wouldn't know what good looks like if we didn't experience the bad, and we wouldn't know what bad moments look like if we didn't experience the good. All moments are necessary in making up the wholeness of life, and that's why every piece is the best piece. It might seem like my life completely changed when I learned about the concept of manifesting, but don't get me wrong. I've always been a manifester. We are all manifesting, in every single moment, through every thought and desire. Because just like that cliche saying goes, what you think about, you bring about. I probably manifested learning about manifesting because I desired a change in my life. From the outside looking in, I didn't even have a bad life. I was surrounded by friends and I had a job that paid me well. But underneath it all, I was unconfident, unfulfilled, and unhappy. Hopping on the manifestation bandwagon gave me hope and excitement in my life because it made me believe that I could have anything and everything I wanted. But maybe it took me not getting what I wanted for me to realize that maybe this entire time, all I wanted was to be happy, no matter what my life looks like. You can take whatever lesson you'd like from this video, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that even though things don't look like they're working out, they probably are.